Coach, I know you guys have had a lot of impressive performances this year, but kind of where does this one rank?
Oh, it was major because we looked at them play a lot of very impressive teams, Texas A&M and Texas Tech, and I was really proud of our team because we played so that they didn't look nearly as good as they did on tape against the other people. They're outstanding athletes, can get the ball down the floor, can shoot it well, but I thought that our defense was superb, the rebounding in particular, and it was great to see the performance of everybody, really. The step up with Vicky, as she has been playing well this entire year. Stacia has been doing the same thing. And the same thing with Big KK. Needless to say, when you have that, it allows the shooters to attack the rim more with a lot more confidence. And I thought that it was a great experience, learning experience, but it was everybody contributing in a really great way.
Coach, the basketball cliche is teams that press don't like to be pressed, or just
That's true. That's true.
How do you think, to what degree do you think your team handled it today?
Well, they didn't like to be pressed either, did they? That's what they do. I thought that we handled it well. They weren't nearly as aggressive as I've seen in the tape, because generally they'll trap you all the way up to and beyond the 10-second line, in the front court. But I noticed that they didn't really do that. We just wanted to settle down and execute. And not find ourselves, everybody has speeds. These guys have tempos. So let's say that we are used to running at 80 miles an hour. Well, from all the tapes that I've seen, it would look to me like they would go 90 miles an hour. So that if we try to match up with that, that could take us out of control. So I thought that there was a few times when we just need to settle it down. But for the most part, I thought that we stayed within ourselves. And we decided to play the 55. When we did play the 55, they weren't nearly as happy about that, but it was really the people that were playing it that were able to put a lot of pressure, on them in the backcourt. So it was a great break for us just before we go home for Christmas, and we're happy about that.
Victoria, your first career double-double, but how much did you put in working on your mid-range game, or how much more comfortable are you shooting that shot, let's say, compared to a year ago?
I definitely feel much more comfortable taking the mid-range shot. I feel like my teammates are much more comfortable with me taking it too, because in practice, whenever I make it, or whenever I miss it, they give me more confidence to just shoot it. And when in the games last year, when I would just pass it up, they would get mad at me. So this year, I just try to shoot more whenever I'm open.
Coach, talk about the night on the boards. At one point during the third quarter, I looked up and it was Vivian Stringer and Scaife had 17 rebounds, which was the total that Houston had. Just talk about the domination on the boards.
Stacia and Caitlin can surprise you. And maybe I'm surprised more with Stacia, just because while her body is long, she is incredible because she's able to do a great job of timing. And I think that's one of the things that contributes in a big way to anyone that's going to be a rebounder. It's the timing. And if you have the fortune of, having the length, and you're good with the timing, and you can come down quick and also in that same movement pivot, which is allowing us to get back. We were able to get back down the floor real quick, and I was just commenting to Vicky. There was a time when Vicky would get steals and she would probably just dribble 2 dribbles and hand the ball up. Now she feels comfortable, and I was asking her what, aside from the fact that we're working more on ball handling, but what makes her comfortable with that? And she was saying that her teammates were telling her to just go ahead and dribble, which is exactly the case. So it means that people like Vicky, Stacia, whatever, they can start to push the ball, which allows the guards to get that much further and faster down the floor. The thing that I really had an issue with is we cannot allow them to get those easy layups. So we should have been back. So we'll work on that. We'll work on that.
Coach, because of where your defense is maybe ahead of where it usually is, let's say in December, so because how long the 55 is, what do you surmise your extended preseason or the training camp is going to be like with all this time off that you might focus on even more or differently?
Well, it's not really a lot of time off because, for example, today before I go home, I will have the Purdue game, which Coach Damone has, and by tomorrow morning, I'll have the Michigan State game. So that tells you that we've got to begin. They don't have to worry about it because we've given them a couple of days off, and they deserve that. They're in finals, so they need some rest and get their legs in some ice, and then we need to work on our own execution, and to begin to look a little bit more forward. They don't have to worry about that now, but we have to worry about that as a team. But think that as long as we don't have any injuries, that we keep our spirits high and everybody's contributing in a positive way, that they are. That it's easy for them to play 10 minutes and know that another group of players are going to go in and put that kind of pressure, and it's much more difficult for a team to sustain that kind of pressure. And it's good for us because we have the depth.
Coach, how dangerous of a passing team are you guys? Because in the past couple of weeks, we've seen some very athletic plays by you guys in offense and transition with some of your players going behind the back, no passes, and how does that help you guys?
Don't play that up too much because, see, they get happy about that. The next thing you know, we just start having all kind of issues. But, the issue is this. If you're going to go behind your back, it should be necessary, and you got to make sure that you know who you pass it to and they are catching it. So I think that when you got these guards, because their handles are tight like that, they're probably looking, and that's fine, but it's unfair for everybody to get that kind of a pass. But they seem to enjoy playing with each other. They seem to enjoy the defense. They enjoy pushing the ball down the floor. And the one thing that is different, because normally I would have to take a couple Excedrin before a game, anticipating that it's going to be a strain. But it's amazing because I haven't really had to do that. And that has more to do with, I just feel like we're in control. We know what to do. We're in control, and they know. When you got the rebound and you got people that can pass the ball, and you're willing to play great defense. We had decided before the game, we normally play 55 throughout. We played 55 the first few minutes because we wanted, first 5 minutes, because we wanted the next group that was coming in to see what their cuts were. But it was obvious that they weren't going to handle that 55. So it allowed us to play a little bit longer than what we anticipated, but we still stayed in the man-to-man defense. I think that is probably the defensive choice for our team.
Tyler, where would you say you are in terms of where you want to be in terms of conditioning and maybe have a chance to focus on that, I guess, over this time off? To maybe more Big Ten, even more minutes in Big Ten play?
I'm about at 85. Got a little bit more room to go.
Tyler, what is the biggest difference, the notable improvements that you've seen from being on the bench last year to now ending non-conference play now?
Oh, from our team?
Yes.
Well, I feel like we out there having fun, and I think people lose sight of that sometimes. They just kind of take it too serious, but we're out there having fun, playing with each other, playing defense, and we're just having a good time.
Anything you particularly want to improve on or think the team needs to improve on heading into Big Ten play?
Blowing people out by 30 plus. Don't take our foot off their neck. Gotta blow them out.
Coach, fun day for the program, not only men and women too. It's going to, you guys get the doubleheader victory sweep. Is that kind of where you want?
Yeah,
Exciting
because
day, feeding off
these
that
guys are pumped up. I'm sure that our athletic director, Pat Hobbs, and Sarah Baumgartner are really happy today because I won Seton Hall, and so we claimed victory in the state. And Tyler and Vicky and his guys were talking about that last week. We know how personal it is to us personally and to them as well. But Houston is no joke, trust me. But I think what's important for this group to know what kind of competition we've seen, because we've seen the best. We've seen it. And we played against this South Carolina. So I'm trusting that we're going to continue to work, that we don't walk into any of those games with any level of fear. And I'm sure that that when the time comes and we start the Big Ten play, that we'll be there. And we'll look forward to doing our best in the house. So we have a chance every time we play. But I would say from you guys, if you can please have everybody to come and fill the seats, that would be major, because I want my young ladies to enjoy the fans out here as much. They deserve that. So from me to you, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Give us a Christmas break because these guys are working hard. They deserve better. So if you will, please come out and let's get everybody involved. This can be a big thing. And the state of New Jersey shoulders are big enough. You know what I mean? It's big enough to support the guys as we should and as we must. They're doing a great job, great job. And I've been in those situations where the men's teams and our men's team does too. When they saying, hey, our shoulders are big enough. So when I have 22,000, which I have had 22,000 people at an Iowa game, when they just got finished having 15,000 at the men's game, and our men are saying that, and our promotions and everything else, guys, I want these guys, everybody to enjoy, so don't tell me about it later. I'm telling you right now, this is the team. Trust me when I tell you that.